I mean, guys, there's not hundreds, there's thousands in here of different packets of stuff. I have absolutely no conception of what they do, but I think there's a sort of pre-made rig here. And Mark said he'd get us set up with, you know, the right rig for the job. Let's see if we can track him down. He's in this shop somewhere. It's a huge shop if you ever want some gear, bait, tackle,
Sea, coarse, trout, everything.
I can see Mike through the back there. Let's go through the back.
Phone's
In
going.
a quiet spot. Phone never stops, I don't think. There we go, here's Mark. Right then, Mark, we trenched down, mate.
How you doing, Graeme?
Good show, good show.
Good to see you.
Now then, I've been looking over your tackle stand over there, and he's ran with hundreds and hundreds of different rigs.
Yeah.
But I remember on the phone you told me there is a sort of pre-made rig.
Yeah.
So guys who are beginners and just getting into, say, want to catch big, well, quite a lot bigger fish than normal, can actually come in and you can set them up with the right rig. So
absolutely,
show us
yeah.
what sort of rigs you got there.
This rig in particular, it's an off-the-shelf Fox rig. The reason we, recommend these for Paddock Lake, or any lake, but Paddock in particular, is it's tied on a very strong hook link material. It's £25, so
yes.
That'll obviously help resist, the pads on the catfish.
That's like a braid, is it? Or?
This is a coated braid on this one. I mean,
Sure.
that's it's not an armoured braid, but
Yeah.
being £25 on the core on the inside, it's a very strong braid. And generally speaking, you shouldn't have any problems, with cats or the carp up there.
Now this little plastic bit, that is like an anti-tangle bit, is that?
Anti-tangle sleeve.
So they know?
Yep, so with these rigs in particular, you've got a large loop on the end, so that enables you to use a quick clip or loop to loop the rig onto an existing swivel or leg clip system. And then once that's done, you can slide the anti-tangle sleeve into position over the
Just over the knot, yeah.
And then it just gives it a little boom effect just to kick it away from your lead system.
Okay.
And then at the business end here, I've attached a krill pellet there.
Yes.
Halibut krill,
Are these a frozen one, a shelf life
these are
one,
just
or
off
what?
the shelf pellets, come in a kilo bag.
Yep.
I've chosen this size just because you can pick up carp and cats on it.
Yes.
Some people I think tend to go too big on their pellet choice.
Yeah.
And then what I've also done is I've used a bit of fake sweet corn there.
Yeah.
That works for two reasons. One, it will stop as the water kind of dissolves your pellet.
Sure.
It will stop it from coming off quickly if you just used a small boilie stop.
Oh, it could go through the middle as it dissolves.
It can pass over quite quick, and then obviously in the warmer temperatures we have this time of year, you can lose your pellet quite quickly. So
how long would you leave that? I never thought.
I
of that
mean,
before.
I
How long
wouldn't
would you cast out and leave
at this
guys
time
know?
of year. I'm not happy to leave it out for too long. I would say 2-3 hours, and I'd be wanting to bring it back
really?
in. You can prolong the breakdown of these pellets by soaking them in different oils.
I see. Yes. Yeah.
This is an off-the-shelf krill one. The breakdown time does vary depending on the temperature, so it's a bit of trial and error. The corn that I've put on there as well, this fake corn, it's not so much about the flavour, it's just a visual thing, and also it will give the pellet a small bit of buoyancy. So it should sit something like like this on the bottom. Just...
And you got a little piece of valve rubber tube.
Yeah, the
on
silicone on
the
there. I mean, that's when you do hook the fish, or hopefully hook the fish.
Yeah.
That will move back up the shank of the hook.
Yeah.
Which will help you from suffering from hook pulls. But another thing that it does, which some people don't realise, if you fish the hair straight off the back of the hook, quite often if you just do a little test on your hand. Although it will hook, I'm not saying it's not effective.
Yes.
What you can do to adjust the mechanics of the rig and help the hook point turn quicker actually makes the hook point heavier. If you slide the bit of silicone round, you've still got a small gap there, but that makes the hook point heavier. And you notice
straight away. If you just see, guys, look straight on the skin,
hook straight in. So that does aid
you wouldn't
your
think it'd
hooking.
make that difference, would you? Hey,
Definitely.
bloody hell.
And what I also do, it's not essential, but again, it's just something for confidence. If I'm casting this rig out on its own without a PVA bag or anything, just put a nugget of foam around here, and that just keeps everything nice and secure during the cast. And you've got a perfect presentation every time.
Would I use some of that mesh PVA on that?
Absolutely.
Would you do the same principle? Just hook it so we can show people that.
As you've done it previously, you could just nip a small bag on.
Sure.
Or as say, you could chuck it out over a bed of bait, just with a
as it is. And this is, we're looking at both catfish and carp.
Yeah, this rig would catch catfish and carp quite happily. I've gone for a size 4 just because you're going to Paddock Lake. It's a good strong gauge of hook on this rig, and that just gives you that little bit of extra with knowing the size of the catfish that are potentially in there, you know, it gives you that, you know, confidence knowing your hooks aren't going to be straightening out on the fish.
What about baits? Tell us about baits up there, because I thought fish baits for catfish, and you're saying, look, pellets are the way to go. I mean, is there a particular flavour and stuff like that, and size?
One particular one that does really well up there is the Pacific tuna. That's a very popular one, but krill, again, you know, fish-based boilies.
Yes.
But pellet-wise, halibut or krill pellets, you know, equally as effective.
And they're what size, so people know when they come?
I mean, I would say 16 or, you know, 14, 16 or 20 mil is ample.
Okay.
You don't... We see it regularly here, and we try and advise people, you know, because we want them to catch fish and come back. Yeah. You see them with a massive string of pellets on. They're not fishing on the Ebro.
Yeah. I was thinking exactly the same thing as you said it. That to me, if I came here and you hadn't told me that, I'd probably want a string 3 there, thinking a catfish has got an enormous mouth. He wants to, but they can smell with those feelers, so they're going to smell that. They don't need 3 because they've got all the feed round.
And the other thing to bear in mind with haddock, you've got equally as many carp as catfish. So why have a rig on that's going to eliminate your chances of catching a carp? You know, a 35-pound carp's going to pick that up as readily as the 80-pound or a 10-pound, whatever size carp or catfish that swims in that lake can pick that bait up. So you're hedging your bets with, you know, a rig that will catch anything.
Now, finally, this is because I look at things on YouTube. Oh, you guys out there, it's your fault, all these YouTubers. Running rigs or a bolt rig. Some say catfish are going to drop it if they feel
absolutely. Traditionally, if you watch a lot of the catfish stuff and people that know a lot more about catfish than I do, you know, they kind of, you know, recommend running rigs and things like that. I know we're a carp-based fishery predominantly, so, you know, they see a lot of carp rigs, so chances are, you know, on the average, they're going to get caught on bolt rigs.
Yes.
We've messed around with all sorts of different running rigs, bolt rigs, you know, rigs for fishing up on the surface, all sorts of things. And being brutally honest, we found the catfish got so lazy now, they'll just come along, scoop up the pellets. It doesn't matter if it's a running rig or a semi-fixed rig. You're going to catch them either or.
Okay, guys, we're all geared up. Check the back of the car.
It's ridiculous.
I think we're going to need a new clutch. It's worse than pulling the boat. So there's loads of lakes here at Todber. Most of them have got carp in them, and it's only the 3rd time I think I've come down here. Twice I've been on the other lake and done really well. And this paddock, apparently you can book it if there's a group of you. You know, it takes 7 swims. It's only 7 swims. There's a guy up here now having a look at it, see what he can find. It's small. Hopefully the fish are feeding, but it's going to take at least, I reckon, an hour to get set up. It's a bit windy and it's definitely raining.
Well guys, everything's set up now in the swim that I'm in. Mark's basically said to me, the left-hand margin, keep tight to the left-hand margin because they've had a few catfish out there lately. So what I've done is I've chucked out a bait probably about 4 foot from the bank there, underneath an overhanging tree. Then he also said there's been fish near the blower because we've had near the aerator, we've had such warm temperatures lately. Although today is not warm, but lately we have. He said there's been quite a bit of fish activity over by the aerator. So what I've done is I've cast out, not all the way to it, but about 15 yards or so this side of it, to sort of my side of it. And then the 3rd rod is there's basically a small island and almost like a little peninsula bit, I want to say, a little area of land that just pokes out, and it's made a channel, and I'm just off that channel, again about 10 yards off the island towards me. So I'm all set up, all the rigs that Mark showed you there in the shop, that's what I'm using. And just an inline lead. We didn't talk about the lead, but I'm just using an inline lead. It's all safe, you know, it's all carp safe and everything like that. So if it does snag up, the lead can come straight off. Hopefully I catch something. Who knows? I don't know what Dad's up to. I'm sure he'll tell you guys in a minute.
Right, people. Mike's all geared up, set up out there. I'm now set up. I'm doing it slightly different. Mark said cast to the left, but almost the opposite side of that small fir tree island that Mike's at. I've baited up close in because he said you can get baby catfish as well close in, but I've put just small pellets in and some ground bait. Haven't yet fished it, I've just left it on small pellets. I've got to change my rig totally. I mean, traditional totally also, I might go small float, small hook, I don't know yet. I've piled a load of ground bait full of pellets out about 20 feet this side of that island, and I've used a reflection of 2 trees that I can see in the base there, of the water reflecting, because I'm figuring when it gets dark, if I want to cast and be accurate, at least this way, I'll fish 2 baits, 1 by each tree. Now, does that make sense? I'm using those 2 big trees at the top there as markers like this. so I've got something to cast against the sky and at least get it straight. I'm not clipping down, it's not that type of distance, it's just a good, I don't know, 30, 40 yards, something like that. So I'm not too worried, the fish must just move around hooving food up. So I'm out there, and of course, nothing's happened yet. I'm also thinking of changing bait from what Mark said and going to those, I think they're called Pacific tuna, small boilies, just as one for carp. At the moment, I've got 3 of the catfish pellets out there. I'm calling them catfish pellets, I've forgotten already. Anyway, nothing's happened, nothing's happened, nothing's happened. Time for a cup of tea, I feel. Right guys, all I found, because we were thinking of doing a bit of sea fishing tomorrow morning and going down Weymouth, doing a bit of LRF, I've got this. It's called, you've seen it on other films, it's a 7.5 foot Rockstar LRF rod. That's right, it's not a carp rod at all. And the only reel I can find is this Nomura Aiko? I don't know, we've used it loads of times. In fact, I think it's Mike, it's a 1000 size. It's got, I think, 12 pound or 15 pound line on it for sea fishing. So this is all I've got. Now I have baited up just down close in there with just small pellets, so I'm sort of tempted to either free line or touch ledger down there, pull that other big rod in, because I get bored so quickly. This big fishing is okay, but it's a waiting game. I've realised that, Graeme, it is a waiting game. I catch plenty of other big fish species, but to be honest, I haven't seen a fish move, and it just bothers me that I'm not seeing anything move. If I saw carp cruising on the surface, man, I wouldn't leave the swim. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a dusk, low light level, night type thing. I want to try in there first. If not, I'm going to pack all my gear up, put my rods up here, go and check out one of the other lakes with some bread, just in case I can pick a fish off. Let's get baited up. On here, I'm just going to put a hook and a BB shot. So all I'm doing is just catapulting them out, but I don't want to catapult them so far that I can't reach them. I have one hook. Oh, that's where I want them there. I have one hook. No weights, no float. That's it, one hook. Let's see what we can do. Salvage it, salvage it, salvage it. Mike can sit there waiting for the big stuff. I need to get my rod bent. Don't mind sitting here at night, do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. This bread's not good, I think I've left it in the sun too long. See if I can't get this out there. Let's try it. This wind is a killer. A bit of glare there. Just see me, just out there. Piece of white crust. Now I'm throwing biscuits in. Some of you might say, we're just throwing biscuits in. Why using crust? The crust I can soak and will be a little bit heavier. And now they're going to be fish for here, there. They just held a massive match here, so everybody would think this has been hammered beyond belief. You would catch nothing, and I may well catch nothing. But I've got to be in it to win it. I just need to see 1 or 2 fish move around that bread first. Not a lot happening down there. I'd like to get them going in here. Anyway, I think there's another guy up there. I'd like to get a taking area in that dark patches of fish moving over there. That's where I want to be. Oh, I missed one straight away. This one straight away. Now here's a tip, people. This is the only reel I had. Hasn't been used for a while, so there's coils on it. So I'm just going to stretch it like this. As you can see, there's just tension it, and that will make any twists and curls come out. And hopefully, because bearing in mind I'm on an LRF with small rod rings, small rod guys, any kinks in the line, and it's not going to go through too well. Good tip. So I've been using this. The last time I used it, we had a load of pollock in Ireland, so it's had a bit of hammer, so you get twist on the spool. Try again, Graeme. Could do with a tad size smaller hook, but hey ho, could do with the wind going down. Here we go. So decent fish over there. So guys, I can't keep the rod high because there's so much wind. I can't. It's going to drag the biscuit too far, or the crust too far. So I'm actually sticking it to the surface of the water, and I'm going to watch for that quiver tip to hopefully go round. It's going in a big belly round there, which is not good. The wind is just, as soon as I come round and the wind comes up, can you Adam and Eve it? I mean, that is fishing, isn't it? You've got to love it. What I'm trying to do is get these fish coming in close, but they don't seem to want to know. I've got bread going down the inside here. The wind has put a big belly in the line, it's dragging the biscuit too far, so I'm actually taking advantage of the LRF qualities of this rod and using it like a quiver tip, keeping my tip down, trying to sort of sink the line, keep it as low as I can, and hopefully that slows the biscuit up and I can just feel a little tweak or tug to the right and hopefully strike. It's not looking good, guys. It's a horror story of a storm. Look at this over there. Let me just show you that it's tipping down. There's some wind on the way somewhere. Big rain. I see it's going to turn very nasty. I'm going to move. I think I might move swims. Fish on! Fish on! I actually felt that one take. And this is LRF fishing. LRF fishing, Graeme Pullen style. I do love this little outfit. It is a beauty. Oh my God. I could sit round there waiting for a giant fish, and I will do tonight because I've got nowhere else to go. But at the moment, fingers crossed, I'm going to come out with a fish. Hopefully. Oh, that roddy's got some kind of bend on it, boys. Oh my word. Single-handed rods. Fun fishing. Oh my God, he's not a bad fish. I thought he was about 3 pounds. He's bigger. I don't understand this rod. I've used this several times now. Provided you keep it low, it absolutely gets the fish. It's beyond me. I don't know what it is. Single biscuit that time, guys. I took the crust off due to the wind. Nice sticky drag. It's a nice fish, about 6 pounds. Oh my word. Got the giant curtain to get it into, if I can. Just make sure you fish these light tackle rods, and I'm not on light line, guys. I'm not on light line. I don't agree with light line fishing. I'm on a light rod with heavy, big, chunky line. I'm going to go on back wind in a minute. Here we go. He's in. Save the blank. Oh my God. It's about. So there's a fish. Give me a good scrap. Do you know what? I get every chance and another one. And I can still go back tonight and have a go for those big carp and cats. Let's get this guy back. Was I glad I made that move? Because the second fish hooked up and I must have missed 3 others. I think they're coming in for all the feed the matchman dumped in the water. But of course it's raining, so I won't be able to film too much. Just take that extra light rod with you for a bit of fun fishing. Save the day. All of a sudden my afternoon has been turned around from a nightmare of 2 hours sitting in the car waiting for the wind and rain to stop to waiting for the wind and rain to stop. But at least I've got 2 fish, or 1.5 at the moment. That's a funny looking bit in there. What's that? Or is that me? Is that me in there? There, guys, I'm now running. I'm running the camera out of the case in the rain. Don't tell Michael, for God's sake. Things we do, trying to get footage for the totally awesome fishing show. But this is not a bad fish. I feel, just check this one out, guys. Check it out before I get the camera totally soaked. It's real. Oh dear, it's really going. I think I'm a bit heavy on the drag. Just have that a tweak off. I just like to get it in before the rain finally wipes me out. Everything's a cluster today. It's one of those days. You've ever had one of those days? It's just got a bad feeling, but at the moment, oh my God, there's nobody about. It's in Mike's net. It's a good 6 pounds. Hook's come out. Spanking condition fish. Look at that. Look at the size. No wonder he gave me a good scrap. I'd say he's about, and he lays still, 6.5 pounds. Nice clean looking fish. Wow. Just let this rain stop and I could really be having it away here. The saying is, guys, assume the position. Some power in that one. That's another good fish. I think I have the whole complex to myself. Perhaps it's all illegal, perhaps I shouldn't be here, that's why I'm having such good fishing. Fishing must stop at 4 o'clock. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Right, another common. Bit of back wind there. Where's that net? Oh, 3 fish. I know they're not big fish, guys. Listen, it's just a bit of fun. What a good job I had this rod in the car. And we were going wrasse fishing with it. Now, this little 1000 reel is getting a bright caning. I think Mike might have a travel rod in there. Maybe if we do the carp tonight and the catch tonight we blank, maybe at dawn or something, it might pay us to come around here. I'm pretty sure Mike's got a travel rod, even if I lend him this reel. He might even have a small reel, because we were going to go wrasse fishing. I think down off Weymouth Pier or somewhere. It's a little bit small, this one. Common about 5-ish, I guess. It's certainly going well. Holy smoly. Strong line though, guys. Strong line. And a strong heart. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Don't overcook it with these rods, guys. They are LOF rods here. Light rock fishing, not heavy carp fishing. And that's in. That's another nice fish. My goodness. What a little session turnaround. We just don't need the awful rain. Defo. £6 of anybody's money. Okay, guys, there is a very, very slight easing in the rain and the wind. I'll take this as an opportunity while they come back on those biscuits. Hopefully they do. This is a match. You can tell by look the numbers here. So match water. There was a match over there and a match on here at the same time. I guess the same match. But he has a long, if you like, a canal bit. And I'm using this wind. Now, generally the wind is blowing down there. We all should know as fishermen, that's where any flotsam and jetsam should be blowing, okay, under normal conditions. My argument is there's been a match here, so people have been baiting up all the way along here, so the fish will be spread out. So I've started quite a way up here. I haven't started right at the top because there was a guy fishing there. Didn't want to impinge on his area, so I started about 10 swims down. I'm throwing in my biscuits and letting them drift all the way down. But what I'm doing as a tip is I'm trying to get the takes from the carp in that sort of area of shadow, because I don't have any polarizing glasses. I only have the water stained droplet regular driving glasses on, so I can't see too much. Well, of course I can see, otherwise we'll be driving. I can't see the fish under the water, so I can't see them take, and windy conditions not good. So I'm looking all the time down here, but they're not taking biscuits down there. They tend to be concentrating here and just about 3/4 of the way off. Do you know what? I know Mike's over there, he's waiting for me to go and cook some tea. Gonna have to wait, isn't he? Here's a tip, guys. So you got bread, you got dog biscuits, whatever you want to use as floaters, just down here. I'll try and give you an idea. Try and throw them so that you get a spray of about 2 or 3 feet wide like that. And then what I like to do, obviously I dunk it first, give it a bit of weight, is I just like to get it slightly to the side, say there. I don't want to be right in the middle there, because I'm going to lose eye contact of where it is and forget which is mine. Listen, we've all been there. You've only got to look away at a kingfisher, somebody else playing a fish, whatever. Distraction. You look back, you go, oh my God, the carp's taking it, which is mine? Well, I know, because I won't take my eyes off it. It's on the outside edge. Now, because it's got the line on it, pushing on it, it's pushing up against the others, as you can see that. The actual wind on the fishing line, you can degrease, if you can see that, from the bait there to about there, and that will slow it up. So if you have anything like a group of say 5 or 6 going down like that, and you want to cast, don't cast like this in the middle, cast just to the side there. That way you'll see the fish come up to take it, and you'll be able to designate which one is yours far easier. The same goes for biscuits. Now if you get, these are all pre-soaked ones, if you get regular biscuits, you throw them out. If you want an extra bit of casting weight, you can thread 2 up the hook, thread 1, roll it around, bring it right up like this, then the other one, roll it right around and push this one back down over, otherwise the fish can see that hook. And you can cover it, as you can see, like that, but leaving the point showing. So when you scatter a few loose ones out like this, float in, drop yours again, slightly to the side, it will give you a bit more casting weight, and of course you'll be able to see yours has got 2 biscuits on there. Now listen, if they get really picky, you're going to have to cut that back to 1 biscuit and match the hatch, as they say. My God, is it a miracle? The sun's come out. I don't believe that. Mind, having said that, the fish have gone down. I'm running out of biscuits. Wonder what Mike's doing. Hey guys, look over there. I photographed early on. Huge thunderhead, storm clouds all the way across there. Beautiful setting down here with the hills. The last of the rain hopefully is going to cross there. They have forecast more for tonight. There's one up there that's dissipated. But what a beautiful evening. I'm the only person here, and there's a swirl trying to get on top of them. Now I've got to move to the side here. Notice how I'm moving down because I'm still trying to keep my bait in that dark area, which I can see. I can't see anything out here. I've got no polarizing glasses. I'm looking at the glare anyway. So I will sometimes just follow a biscuit down like this. Not here, as a fish come up at the back, so that I can spot the fish in that dark reflection of the tree opposite, which is pretty important. If you can see their mouth absolutely close on top of it, that's when you should be able to strike and set the hook. Oh, there's one that's quite close. See, I'm going to have to keep walking down. Now I call this entertaining fishing, because that's what it is. Look, I'm not going for big fish, I'm going for any fish. There's a lot of guys out there. I mean, we're on the Specimen Lake, but while that's quiet at the moment, I assume it's quiet because I've not heard from Mike, I figure I'm going to dive out and try and catch a couple of fish just to make a start. Fish are all over me, but I'm going to have a hell of a job seeing them take that biscuit. Now I've got to move. And now that is a sinking biscuit, but I'm not going to waste the cast. It's a good cast. I'm just going to let it sink, and I'm watching the bow in the line there. If you can see that just off the rod top, if it tweaks, move, I can strike to the left. I feel wherever I should go, I should take one of these rods. A travel rod, small 2-piece, 1000 size reel, 10-pound line on it. I've got to cast out there, guys. Sorry, I'm talking away here. It's not talking and not fishing. That's the difference. I'm running out of biscuits. I'm going to have to go back and cook tea. Oh my God, what a cast. Panic, panic, panic. Now, I can't see, I'm out of the swim. Guys, I was just walking back down and my bird's drifted into a little sort of dead spot there, and carp have been coming up. Oh, right there, right there, right there. Oh, he turned off it. So I was fishing up there and they come all the way down here and it's circulated in here, and they're just holding up and just picking away at that bread. And I should have had that one, but he turned away. Look at that cheeky monkey coming up down there in the margins. Look, just scoffing all my bread. That's extremely naughty. It's 3 pieces he's had. I wonder if I can help him out with a 4th. There he is, right on me. Here he comes. He's right there. He's met his master, I'm afraid. He's met his master. Just, guys, a matter of time. The sun is out. The world is good, and the reel is emptying. I'm going to walk this one up a bit. He's taking me right up here. Net. Oh. Well, well, well. Are we going to get it? 4 fish would be nice, wouldn't it? Coming from a soaking wet, windswept blank to, hopefully, fish number 4. Fighting funny though, he's fighting a bit funny. So lucky I put this rod in the car. Oh. Hopefully in the morning I won't get Mike round here if we don't get anything on that Catfish Lake. I know he's got a travel rod, pretty sure, in the back of the car. If not, I'll put this reel on it and you can have a go with this little outfit. Bit of class fishing, bit of fun fishing. But he's in. He is in. Oh, he's still fighting. The net's so huge for him. Well, guys, I think you'll agree. Making that move has really paid off. Look. Ultralight, ultralight. I've hooked myself in the ear. Ow. Ultralight rod, not ultralight line. I don't know what it throws. Tell you later. And look at this. Fish of the trip. We need a good view of this one, because I might not get another one. I've got to go and feed my son. Is it a ghosty, guys? Tell me. It's about £7. It is a beauty. I got it down. He's very close to being a ghost colour, isn't he? Lovely looking fish. Man alive, what a beauty. The sun's out. I'm kneeling in the slime. Does it get any better than that? Oh, and I forgot 2 cans of beer as well. Who's going to tell him, me or you?
Guess that I am wrong or how we're closer now. I've been making my amends. Come and see. Where have you been off to now? Wait for me. Dear beloved, lend me light as I wander off into the night, or I won't be found, or I won't be found, or I won't be found.
Guys, I came back, had a bit of grub with Mike, just got the kettle on. I thought, I'll put that one down there. Remember I put some pellets down there and I said, there might be something down there because Mark was saying fishing close. I tried some of the worms Mark gave me. What have I got? I got a catfish. I can hardly lift it. So that is the dinkiest little catfish I think
That's
I've
weird.
ever caught.
That's so small.
Isn't it tiny? Because Mark was saying they're actually doing so well in their paddock. They are actually breeding. But you know what? I really wouldn't want to be this guy because I think Mama's going to come around and suck him straight back down. Beautiful little fish though, look at it. Absolute miniature, isn't it? And look how long those tendrils are. Yeah. And that was on, just in case you guys know, a 3-line bunch of worms, 1 BB shot, just laid down there, close in. I'm returning it without one of those special nets, by the way. I can't put that in one of those big sliding nets, can I? Away he goes. Well, having had that catfish, guys, I feel a brew is in order. Is that going to be a sign that the catfish is going to come and take a bigger bait? And Mark was saying it's pellets, not fish baits. And previously I've done well. I've done well with fish baits in catfish, you know, mackerel, bluey, especially bluey, lamprey sections. Done really good. Look, I'm no catfish expert. We just catch them. But any size will do me. I just wonder whether I should fish a section of bluey out there. Something's telling me to do. Graeme, just follow your gut, follow your hunches. It's a fabulous evening. The other hunch I've got is I should be putting a carp pop-up on. Mike's just thinking the same thing. Should he be fishing for a pop-up? I do hear people catching catfish on pop-ups. What to do, what to do. This is a tough thing, you know, when you're fishing a water you don't really know, don't know the swims. And look at that, guys. That is a superb evening. You might like to look at these rods while the wind's down. No bait runner, so the drag's backed off. Antique ex-jumble cell, old out of production reel. Rods are brand new, both Nomura's. They are popping rods used for tuna. I have every faith in them catching a catfish or a carp. They are very, very short and very powerful. Anyway, who knows what's going to come? It looks a far better evening, but over there, looking ominously black, and that is what Mike's got forecast on his app, unfortunately. Do you know what I find strange? I haven't seen anything move on the surface. I haven't seen any fizzing. I haven't seen any bubbles. No blows, no bubbling, no fizzing. It's bizarre. I don't know. Can't make it out. Anyway, I'll find out tonight. It might be a good night's sleep. Who knows? I don't want a good night's sleep. I want to be up all night fighting fish.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone.
Well, you join us here in the morning. We did actually do a live stream last night. First time we've done a live stream whilst out fishing, and it seemed to go down really well with you guys. So thanks very much for joining on that live stream. We hope to do some more. Unfortunately, the fishing was not quite as good. You had a fish in the night, didn't you? But you lost it.
Yeah, it went through the other line. I didn't know. And both of them were toning at the same time.
Yeah.
So I thought, what do I do? What do I do? You know, so strike one, there's nothing on there, and you go, but the other one's still going. Get that one, something on there. Wind this up. You know what it's like, a real cluster. But got it right in quite close. It wasn't a very big fish, got about, I don't know, 12 pounds. That's what it felt like. And then trying to sort the rods out, up, down. Just the hook fell out, I guess. That's all it was. Yeah, but it wasn't a big fish, definitely. Didn't really whack the rod over. And then the best thing is, I actually got some sleep during the night. And the worst thing is, oh dear, I actually got some sleep during the night, which tells you the story. We possibly made a fairly vital mistake, haven't we?
Yeah, what we haven't changed the boilies as much as we probably should have done. Purely because we didn't want to move them. Yeah, the pellets as well. I've got boilies and pellets, but we didn't want to move them when they were out there. You know, because you tend to not do that on a bigger fish water.
Weight.
Yeah, but I think that was the error because we're winding in hooks, just bare hooks at the moment.
Yes, this morning it's just like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, where the boilies have been broken down. Yeah, so we're not sure.
Well, they're not a boilie. They're not a boilie. That's the thing. They're a pellet. Now I'm just going to ask is, if they do dissolve like that, now another guy's running around trying to get the swim. Good luck, pal. But he said every 2 hours. So do you set your alarm or phone for every 2 hours? I don't know. The bizarre thing is, Mike's had one out all night,
and it's fine,
and he's coming fine. So maybe there's little fish that nibble. We don't know. So it's all new to us.
We've had a massive weather system change as well because the last month or so, 2 months, we've had blazing hot, muggy, you know, really, really warm weather.
It's on the change.
But we are on the change, and we're on the edge of this change at the moment because we had torrential rain yesterday. Temperatures have plummeted at least 7 or 8 degrees, and the winds really picked up and freshened. So this change may have put the fish off. We're not sure.
Yeah.
Could be a combination. Could be a combination of everything. We don't know.
Sure. I think the bare
either way,
hooks is a combination.
we haven't caught. So what plan is? We're going to try and go onto one of the other lakes. I don't know the name of it.
Well, there's one. I went there last night.
Yeah, and see if we can get one on the light gear.
Just see if Mike. Well, we found a 5-piece. Was it a travel rod?
Yeah, a little 5-piece travel rod. I chucked in the car. I didn't realise I had it. Yeah.
We're going to go racing with them, and
we'll give that a go.
And you reckon you use a reel in the car as well?
Yeah.
We'll pack up. We'll just have half an hour there. You know, see if we can't salvage Mike. We're trying to save Mike the blank.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've blanked on here, so this is why I don't mind. I'll shoot off to another lake and just have an hour and catch something.
When it's dead and you know it's dead, it's not worth.
I had a feeling it would be dead last night, I must admit. I mean, we put plenty of bait and there's no shortage of bait. I mean, they were telling us you can put a lot of bait in there, they go around hoovering it up, but they weren't hoovering anything last night. And to be fair, the swim to the other side of you know, where we both my boilie was out all night, that's fine. Mike's boilie round here somewhere was okay.
It's all fine, yeah.
So we only round in two or three where they dissolve, but why do they not make those big pellets with like a skin round them, like a boilie?
You can get a mesh thing that stops crayfish eating them. It's like a little mesh. It's like it seals on itself. I don't know what it's called. It's like almost like cling film. It's almost like cling film. But obviously it's perforated so that the smell can come out because cling film would seal it. But you can get it for the big pits, the gravel pits, and the reservoirs to stop the crayfish out.
I can see it because if you look, we're just doing. There's a gap in the bookings, wasn't there?
Yeah, we just
and Mark said, look, there's like one 12. Wait for this. This is in July.
Yeah.
There is 1 12-hour booking from here till October. It's booked. It is booked. So you know there's big fish in here.
This paddock lake is really popular,
there's big fish in here. So we just called it, wrong, but we won't get another chance to get there. So that's the way it is. But there's a lot of big fish waters that are like this. People think they're easy. They're not easy. You've got to put the time in. I think the average of people come here seems to be 3 days.
Yeah, we're here for 24 hours.
Yeah, normally it's about 3 days. So we're going to take a while. Probably take us
half hour or so to pack.
Well, probably takes nearly October to pack all their gear up. I'm going to be moving the Calais camp. That's going to be dismantled. Bulldozed into
If you
the
watch
sea.
the live stream, you'll see we've left it up for you guys to watch. So
yeah,
you'll
if you
see.
haven't watched it, watch the live stream because Mike's now got this so that can stay up.
Yeah.
So you obviously can't contribute to it live, but if you want to put
You can still comment on it and we'll still see it and things like that. Yeah, but we're going to try and do more of them.
It was a fun one. So let's get this packed up.
Yeah, let's pack up.
Leave the rods right till the last minute. Yes, we have put baits on the hooks this time, guys.
Yeah.
And
someone's about to jump in your swim.
Yeah, there you go. Look, this gentleman up there is just getting ready to get straight in there. Well, guys, I don't know what to make of all this carp fishing. Because the guy wants my swim. Obviously, we're packing up early. He's going to try and go on a small lake just while we pack up. He's got an entire kitchen, and he tells me you've got to take your hat off to the carp fishing manufacturers. He's got a whole kitchen there. Look at the size of it. That apparently is just to do the cooking in without the bivvy and all the other stuff. Unbelievable. A cooking kitchen, so you bring in everything but the kitchen sink. That's how this gentleman's bought the kitchen.
I've been gone too long. I hope to know my way back home. And before I've been gone too long, I hope to know my way back home. And before I've been gone too long, I hope to know my way back home.
Looks like Mike's on here. Fingers crossed. Get down there, he saved the blank. Is he going to save the blank? Oh, he's all right, yeah. Oh, nice mirror.
A nice mirror, yeah.
What a good job. Get in. Thank God for that. Yeah, that's a nice fish. It's just going to take a while for him to get going, you know.
He's really finicky, and then he got confident with the bread. Well, there we go. First fish of the 24-hour session for me. It's always nice to actually just catch something, to be honest.
Yeah,
we don't mind sacrificing sometimes, going from the big fish to trying to catch something and salvage something from the session. Good little scrap on the light rod there, on the little 5-piece travel rod.
What a good job we put him in the car, wasn't
Yeah,
it,
really good, yeah. No one's here at the lakes as well now, so we'll just make the most of it.
Yeah.
Now that they're feeding, get the confidence up and try and get a few more. Quite a nice fish.
I've been gone too long. I hope to know my way back home. And before I've been gone too long, I hope to know my way back home. And before